you should be able to see now our priority list and how it works. So like you said, April, this isn't any kind of new special concept here. It's pretty simple. So you have your item in column A, who you're going to assign it to in column B, and you don't have to fill this out right yet. And then we have three different priority levels to figure out how much of a priority it is. So for everyone listening, we typically recommend to do it in 3 ways. So is it important to the company? Is it important to staff? And is it important to client? And then based on the total number of that, we rank them 1 to 10, 10 being highest, 1 being lowest. And then when you add those together, that gives you a sum, and then you can determine what is the most important thing. Then you can assign a due date, if it's been completed or not, and any notes that you have on it. The point of this, and most of the people that I'm working with this list on are people that are typically they're starting and they just have so many things to do. They feel so overwhelmed and they don't know where to start. So this is just a way, like you said, April, of just kind of getting everything on paper out of the head so that maybe you can worry a little bit less and then put some action in place.
Yeah, so it's a good starting point. And what I like to tell people is set a timer, right? So get it all ready, get it in front of you, and then set a timer for 5 minutes and just go. Just almost like a journal activity, right? You just set a timer and you just write it, and put it all down and get as much of it as you can in 5 minutes. And sometimes you'll find that, you don't need the full 5 minutes. Yep. And the idea of that too is so that you're not creating more things to put on the task.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you find yourself not even being able to sit down and do this, which I totally get, and it's totally happened, is grab your phone, because all of them do it now, and do text to speech or speech to text, and just every time you're doing a task, write it down, right? Or say it out loud on your notes on your phone or whatever device you're using, and then later come back and just copy and paste everything into it, right? So we don't want to create another to-do by writing down your to-dos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, Alecia, I just wanted to kind of, what was your take on this when you sat down to do this activity?
So I really like this activity because I definitely have all the things swirling around in my head. And I'm a list writer for my daily to-dos. And my bigger projects, I have a hard time figuring out what to do with them. So this was helpful for me. And I think that having a way to prioritize the levels or the tasks, I should say, and having areas of notes of where are we at in the process of starting or completing it is also very helpful. And, because typically when you write a to-do list, it's just, yep, we did that.
Absolutely. And that's something too that looking at the spreadsheet, it could be helpful as maybe want to add, maybe even before the priority or after the priority. We can as we go through some of yours, we can kind of play around with this, but those bigger tasks that need to be broken down into smaller tasks, because sometimes okay, I don't know, a credential with all insurance companies. Okay, well, obviously we know, okay, let's break this down. And how can we break it down, right? And then assign priority. Or it might just be a specific order that it has to happen in. Right. And in that case, it may even on the spreadsheet, right? You may even want to put it as a different sheet and break that task down.
Or a link to a document that it's in or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is a very simple, right? This is not
just to get
some
started.
kind of complex system for tasks. It's just a very simple spreadsheet. Because right now, all we need is simple, right? We don't need to get into the complexity and assign tasks and link it to their emails and all that. That's just more, right? And so we just want to sit down and be able to get it all out.
For the first step.
Yep.
Well, Alecia, how do you feel about just giving me maybe your top 10 or top 5. I don't know. Give me a few of your items and I'll put them on the list and then we can work through them.